The Boeing 777 with 239 people on board disappeared almost a year ago. And according to satellite data, experts believe it's somewhere here on the ocean floor. After an initial search zone roughly half the size of the United States, it's been narrowed down to a priority area of 60,000 square kilometres.
All right, folks. Of course, they have never found that plane. Joining us now is David Soucie. He's a CNN aviation expert, former FAA safety inspector, and author of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, Why It Disappeared and Why It's Only a Matter of Time Before This Happens Again. Welcome, sir.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
All right, David, where's the plane?
Oh, boy, if I knew that, I would have written a different kind of book.
But, I mean, you presume that it is at the bottom of the sea somewhere, right?
Yeah, there's no question in my mind that it is. I've done an extensive analysis in the book. There's 125 validated facts or validated assumptions, I guess they truly would be. But those assumptions were weighted against each other. There were 7 experts, 7 of us went through them and validated whether they were true or not. And there's no question that Inmarsat data was sending the right signals and that the math is behind it to send it down there in the Indian Ocean, the South Indian Ocean. I don't think there's any other question as to where it might be.
We will never know, right? I mean, maybe will Discovery Channel in 20 years come up with it and say, oh, could this be the missing plane? Or will we hear in 5 years and in 2 years and in 3 years, oh, could this be part of the missing plane? Is it going to be one of those deals? Or do you think that one day we will know definitively?
Well, you know, there's only 9,000 square miles they've searched so far. There's another 18,000 miles in this high probability area. But, you know, that first 9,000 square miles was the highest of the high probability areas. So it seems like every day that goes by, I lose a little bit of confidence as to whether they're going to find it at all. And we might just be looking at, like you said, some kind of Discovery documentary down the road somewhere.
What's this newest report about the batteries expiring even before the flight took off? Is that for the ping that we were looking for right along, that was never even a possibility because they were expired? What's that deal?
Yeah, the pings, this is on the flight data recorder, not the cockpit voice recorder, but as we know, the cockpit voice recorder probably wouldn't have had much on it. But the flight data recorder is extremely important, and the batteries, evidently the battery on that device had not been replaced as it was supposed to be, or as they're claiming now, is just some paperwork issues. They really didn't do the paperwork right. Either one of those does not bode well for the airline.
Do you have any reason to believe that this was anything but mechanical failure? Or let me rephrase it. Was it mechanical failure in your view, pilot error, terrorism, sabotage? What is your book and the investigation into that book and writing that book, what has it led you to believe?
Well, the algorithm that I used on this was one I've used for about 20 years on accident investigations. And using those 125, now you have to bear in mind, those 125 facts are usually in the thousands when you do an accident investigation, so didn't have much to work on. But what did come forward to me was that there was an in-flight mechanical failure, that there was a fire on board or at least excessive smoke on board that causes rapid decompression of the cabin. And that's what's the predominant theory, really, in my analysis.
And you know, when people look at these kinds of disasters, and another Malaysia flight, of course, involved in one not that long thereafter. We had the plane almost going into the water at LaGuardia. But still in all, I mean, I'm sure you'll tell me, aviation, major aviation, commercial aviation is very safe compared to other modes of transportation and compared to private aviation. We just saw the actor, his plane go down, and I heard the statistics on private planes versus commercial airliners.
Yeah, Harrison Ford's accident was unfortunate, but he's definitely a good pilot and was able to do that properly. And in private aviation, even when things are done properly, it's safe as well. You're still safer flying, I believe, even in private airplanes than you are on the highways today. So it is very safe, but that doesn't allow us, especially in the safety industry, to get complacent about this and say, oh, well, it's only 239 lives, and then another, oh, well, it's another 239 lives. It's very dramatic, and it's incredibly damaging to the reputation of the flyers by not having the aircraft to figure out what the heck went wrong with this. We really have to find out.
Hard to believe it's been a year, right?
Oh, it's awful.
It went very quickly. Well, congratulations on the book, folks. It's really the definitive story, as definitive as it could be. So check it out. Thank you, David.
All right, thank you. Hopefully it won't be a year next time.
I hear you. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. All right, the Malzberg panel's next. Don't go away, folks.